Hello, dear fans, friends, and subscribers. Welcome to the daily cricket show, Cricket Happenings. And on this cricket show, well, India versus Pakistan is always special. And I also said that India were favorites, and that definitely proved to be the case today in the Champions Trophy, as India actually had a very big win over Pakistan by 124 runs. Yes, it was decided by the Duckworth-Lewis method because of the rain, where India scored 319 for 3 of 48 overs, and a revised target of 289 was set in front of Pakistan to win in 41 overs, and they lost the match by 124 runs. Just talking about, so this is something that I'm going to definitely look at. And today was the first day that we did not have a centurion in the ICC Champions Trophy. As it was Rohit Sharma was the one who was inching towards one, but he fell 9 runs short and he was run out for 91. But also, if time permits, just briefly talk about West Indies actually winning the T20 series against Afghanistan. Australia take on Bangladesh tomorrow in the next game of the Champions Trophy. So, but let's talk about the India versus Pakistan clash. We were all, the whole crowd was eagerly waiting, and I am also told the attendance was a record audience. Even though it was at a neutral venue in England, it was a record audience as far as India and Pakistan were concerned. And one knows the India-Pakistan matches are very special, and they are very special clashes, especially considering the rarity of India-Pakistan clashes in the not so recent past. It was good to see such a clash being enacted. So let's have a look. Now India decided that they would drop Ravichandran Ashwin, and they decided to go for a four-pronged pace attack, but one was at a bit of a loss to see that there was no Mohammad Shami in the mix. They decided to go with Bhuvneshwar Kumar, Umesh Yadav, Bumrah and Pandya. And as far as Pakistan were concerned, there was another surprise from the Pakistan camp. One was expecting Fahim Ashraf, the new bloke, to play, but he was dropped, and they decided to go for the young leggy Shadab Khan. And also, so that was the team composition. And also they decided to drop Junaid Khan, which again was surprised. But Hassan Ali, I thought, even though he came in place of Junaid Khan, I think he did a very good job, I thought. Well, so let's have a look. So the toss was actually won by Pakistan, and Pakistan decided that they would have India to actually bat first. And India batted first with Rohit Sharma and Shikhar Dhawan, the very trusted opening combination for India in ODIs, and a successful one at that, actually starting proceedings. Mohammad Amir was partnered by Wasim. Wasim, the left-arm spinner, was given the ball, and Rohit Sharma and Shikhar Dhawan did not have much problems. But well, Mohammad Amir definitely bowled a very good line. He was on the money, I would say. But Wasim was the one who was taken for runs. Rohit Sharma and Shikhar Dhawan actually getting a lot of runs of Wasim, as he bowled a bit short, one thought, and he was handled in the perfect manner by both Rohit Sharma and Shikhar Dhawan, especially Rohit Sharma, who was really hitting the ball with that tremendous sense of timing, one could say. As Rohit Sharma and Shikhar Dhawan, and they also realized that this was a perfect batting track to bat on, and the Indian opening partnership started blossoming as Mohammad Amir was seen off. After that, Hassan Ali came in, but Hassan Ali definitely came in and bowled a very good spell. I mean, he bowled his first spell where he gave just 18 runs. He was another one who had nice variations, one thought. I mean, he could sometimes bowl at 145 clicks at sometimes. He could vary the pace to such an extent that he could bowl your cutter at just 100. And that was the difference. And Rohit Sharma and Shikhar Dhawan also opened up, and he also started playing some very nice strokes. As you know, he plays the cut shot well, and he also launched 1/6 of Shadab Khan, and Wahab Riaz came in, and Wahab Riaz was listless, I would say. he was given real punishment at the hands of Rohit Sharma and Shikhar Dhawan, as this innings really went on. In fact, Rohit Sharma and Shikhar Dhawan occupied the innings for almost half of the India's overs. They were there till the 25th over as the score reached 136 runs. A very good partnership, a sound base set by the Indian openers for India to have a big score. And then finally the first wicket fell, and that was Shikhar Dhawan, who actually had hit Shadab Khan for a six over the mid-wicket region. And this time Shikhar Dhawan was a goner, as Shadab Khan was very, very happy with this wicket, as he forced Dhawan to actually hit across the line, and Azhar Ali picked up a good catch at the edge of the fence. Shikhar Dhawan was gone for 68 of 65 deliveries, 6 fours and 1 6. Indian score 136 for 1 at the halfway mark, 25th over. After that, Virat Kohli came in. Virat Kohli, as you know, it doesn't take much time to settle in. Slowly started getting the singles, and he also started hitting some the usual strokes that Kohli plays. And as I said, it was a perfect batting track, so the ball was nicely coming onto the bat. It was only a matter of the batsman really taking advantage of this pitch, and that's what precisely Virat Kohli started doing in the company of Rohit Sharma. And then we had some rain interruptions coming in, which actually pruned the match down to the Indian innings down to 48 overs. And Rohit Sharma and Kohli were going well. In fact, Rohit Sharma had passed his 50. Kohli was also looking good. He had also reached his 50, and things were going on pretty well. But one saw that after the rain interruption, before the rain interruption, I thought there were some. After that opening partnership was broken, I thought the Pakistan bowlers came back in a big way, because Hassan Ali stuck to a very good line. Mohammad Amir also bowled well, and also Shadab Khan bowled a decent line, and that forced the Indians on the defensive there, even though they were sailing very smoothly. But then Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma had to weather a few dot balls. Probably 28 balls were bowled where they were not left to score a lot, and suddenly it was a matter of concern, as and in the process Virat Kohli wanted to pinch a single, but Rohit Sharma probably was a bit slow starting off the blocks, and it ended in Rohit Sharma run out. A very good take by Babar Azam. In fact, Babar Azam filtered the ball very well and threw it to Sarfaraz Ahmed, and Rohit Sharma was gone. As I said, today was the first day that one did not see a century in the ICC Champions Trophy, as Rohit Sharma was inching towards one, but he was run out for 91 of 119 deliveries, 7 fours and 2 beautiful sixes that Rohit Sharma hit. And he hits the ball, we know that he hits the sixes as clean as a whistle. And then Virat Kohli was joined in by Yuvraj Singh. At that time, the 192 for 2, and Yuvraj Singh, well, he did not take much time at all. He came, and slowly he knew that was a good batting track to bat on, and he carried on. He decided that now is the time to really use the sword against the Pakistan bowling, and he started belting the ball beautifully. In fact, not even belting, he was playing with consummate ease. There was an effortless in his way he was batting, and when Yuvraj Singh hits the ball stays hit, and that's what precisely was the case. And the way he was handling it was a real treat to watch, as he was getting those swivel pulls on, his customary cover drives, and the way he actually lost the ball into the open territory. And things started really ripening up for India with this particular pair, which was suddenly it added impetus. And suddenly when the death overs came, we saw Virat Kohli and Yuvraj Singh open up. Virat Kohli played some stunning shots, I would say, really opening the face of the bat at a lot of times and putting the ball into the pickets. Yuvraj Singh was looking so good that he reached his 50, and once he reached his 50, after making 53 of 32 balls, 8 fours and 1 6, Hassan Ali had him LBW. But what a partnership that was. That was another good partnership which added 93 runs to the good for India, and Yuvraj Singh was gone, and one was hoping that Mahendra Singh Dhoni will be walking in to join Virat Kohli. It was a surprise, with Hardik Pandya coming ahead of Mahendra Singh Dhoni. But Hardik Pandya made it count in a big way in the final over when Pakistan had problems because of Wahab Riaz and Mohammad Amir going out without being able to bowl due to injury. One with a calf injury and the other with an ankle injury. And Hardik Pandya came in and he biffed 3 sixes in the final over of Wasim. And it was so severe. First he hit the Wasim over long off for a 6, and Sarfraz Ahmed, the Pakistan captain, was forced to bring in Wasim for the 48th over, and he was really bashed for 23 runs, with Pandya starting proceedings with a long off 6. The second ball also disappeared for a 6 over the long off region, and then a slog sweep over the mid wicket region for the third consecutive 6 by Hardik Pandya, as 18 runs were clubbed by Pandya. And finally, in that over, as I said, Virat Kohli finished it off with a boundary as India reached a very, very good total under the batting conditions of 319 for 3 of their 48 overs. Kohli would have been refreshed with this form, not out on 81 of 68 balls with 6 fours and 3 sixes. Hardik Pandya was not out on 20 of just 6 deliveries, in which he clubbed 3 sixes consecutively of the bowling of Wasim. So 319 definitely on this batting track, absolutely gettable, one could say. But as I said, it was all about Pakistan really applying themselves. But let's look at the bowling. Mohammad Amir bowled 8.1 overs, 1 maiden, 32 runs and no wicket. Wasim was slammed, 9.1 overs, no maiden, none for 66. Hassan Ali, even though his figures don't reflect it, one really thought that Hassan Ali definitely bowled a good line. 10 overs, no maiden, 1 for 70. But Wahab Riaz was the culprit there, as he leaked 87 runs of his 8.4 overs. And Shadab Khan, on his debut, what one saw about Shadab Khan was how he was using the wrong one. The wrong one was coming in very nicely out of his hand, and that was a very well disguised delivery. 10 overs, 1 for 52. Shoaib Malik, 2 overs, no maiden, none for 10. Now, it was a turn for Pakistan to actually chase a target of a revised target, I would say, of 289 runs. Initially, it was 325 from 50 overs, but then due to the rain, it came down to 289 from 41 overs. Azhar Ali and Ahmed Shahzad opened the batting, and Bhuvneshwar Kumar and Umesh Yadav were the bowlers. Well, Azhar Ali and Ahmed Shahzad really played in a very, I would say, a sedate manner. They were a bit lucky too. And also Pakistan, let me tell you, they also dropped Virat Kohli and Yuvraj Singh. That proved very costly in the end when India looted 72 runs of the last 4 overs. And 4 overs 72 was something absolutely brutal hitting by the Indians. And as far as Pakistan were concerned, Azhar Ali and Ahmed Shahzad started off in a very sound manner, and they were also dropped. Bhuvneshwar Kumar dropping a chance, and that there a problem with the Indian fielding as well. As that was going on, Azhar Ali and Ahmed Shahzad. Azhar Ali played a few good strokes, and Ahmed Shahzad was the first victim when Bhuvneshwar Kumar got a ball which actually held its line, and Shahzad was trapped LBW. So that was India drawing first blood at 47 for 1 in the 9th over. Babar Azam came in and joined Azhar Ali. Azhar Ali was just nurdling the ball along, playing the holding innings. Babar Azam, on the other hand, hit one good boundary, but that was it. Umesh Yadav picked up his wicket when Babar Azam was caught in the point region by Jadeja of the bowling of Yadav for 8. So that was wicket number 2. So that made Pakistan 61 for 2. Azhar Ali then joined in by the experienced Mohammad Hafiz, and then we saw 30 runs being added by this pair of Azhar Ali and Mohammad Hafiz, with Mohammad Hafiz also playing a very, very sort of an innings which was really very, I mean, he knew that, he had a big responsibility on his shoulders. So when Azhar Ali and Mohammad Hafiz were in the crease, the scoring rate definitely dipped a bit, one could say. There's no doubt about it, especially considering they were 61 for 2. And then finally, it was Azhar Ali after had picked up his 50 of 65 balls with 6 fours, and Jadeja was the man who picked up his wicket when Azhar Ali tried to actually hoik a delivery from Jadeja, and that ended up in the hands of Pandya. So he was well caught by Pandya, and it was 91 for 3 in the 21st over. So they still had around 20 more overs left, in which they still had almost a real mountain to climb. I would say 198 runs still to get. And at that time, we saw the most experienced pair in this Pakistan lineup of Mohammad Hafiz and Shoaib Malik at the crease. And Shoaib Malik, to me, was looking a bit threatening, I thought, because he had already climbed on to a quick 15 of just 9 balls, playing some sweet little drives when he hit 2 beautiful boundaries. And he also deposited Jadeja into the stands with a magnificent 6, I thought. In fact, it sailed out of the ground. It was such a huge one. And one thought, but what a brilliance! This is what means, this was real brilliance from the Indian all-rounder Ravindra Jadeja. What a way! I mean, Shoaib Malik probably thought he had just flicked the ball into the vacant area, and it was Ravindra Jadeja actually swooping on the ball like a gazelle, and he did not even relay the ball to the keeper. He hit bullseye, immediately hit the stumps, and the bails started lighting up, and it also left Shoaib Malik absolutely stunned because he probably never expected that. And Shoaib Malik, who definitely I thought was looking a bit threatening, his innings was nipped in the bud by Jadeja. Run out for 15 of 9 deliveries, 2 fours and 1 6. So that made it 114 for 4, with Sarfaraz Ahmed, the captain, walking in to join the well-settled Mohammad Hafiz at the crease. But the pressure was really building at that juncture when Shoaib Malik was out, and Mohammad Hafiz, in trying to force the pace, fell a victim to the bowling of Jadeja as he holed out to Kumar of Jadeja for 33 of 43 deliveries, 2 fours. 131 for 5 in the 27th over. Wasim came in, and Wasim, the very first delivery that he received from Pandya, he tried to hoik him, and Jadhav actually picked up the catch, and Wasim was out for naught, which made things a bit complicated for Pakistan, with the score reading 135 for 6. Sarfaraz Ahmed was still at the crease, and he was the sole hope now. And as you know, Sarfaraz Ahmed, he's an aggressive cricketer, and one was thinking that Pakistan still had some hope with Sarfaraz Ahmed at the crease. But yes, the run rate kept on climbing from 10 to 11 to 12 to 13, and Sarfaraz Ahmed, in the quest for getting runs, also perished as he was left in the company of tail-enders, as Pandya actually picked him, and Sarfaraz Ahmed got a ball which had some extra bounce from Pandya, and Dhoni picked up a catch very well, and Sarfaraz Ahmed was on his way back, walked back to the pavilion for 15 of 16 deliveries with 2 fours. After that, it was a mere formality. Mohammad Amir was caught by Jadhav on the bowling Jadhav in the same over. Umesh Yadav completed everything as he picked up 2 wickets of Mohammad Amir for 9 and Hassan Ali for naught. Awab Rayaz could not bat, and that left Shadab Khan not out on 14 of 16. That is 1 4 and 1 6. Game over. India having a big win over Pakistan by 124 runs, with Pakistan 164 all out. Tremendous stuff, I thought, by India, and India actually picking up the points in their very first game against Pakistan in the Champions Trophy, and that could be a psychological morale booster for India after beating Pakistan in the very first match of the ICC Champions Trophy, which probably one could say some great things would be destined for them in the forthcoming matches. The bowling, as far as the Indian bowling was concerned, Bhuvneshwar Kumar, 5 overs, 1 maiden, 1 for 23, bowled excellently. I thought Umesh Yadav was very impressive, 7.4 overs, 1 maiden, 30 runs and 3 wickets. Jasprit Bumrah bowled 5 overs for 23. Hardik Pandya did his job, 8 overs, 2 no maiden, 2 for 43, and Jadeja 8 overs, 2 for 43. Yuvraj Singh was named man of the match. Now, one thing that I would like to say, one would have probably expected Junaid Khan to play, having good knowledge of English conditions, but in fact they decided to plump in for Hassan Ali. And Hassan Ali did not bowl bad either, I think so, but Junaid Khan probably, whether Junaid Khan could have been preferred in place of Wahab Riaz, one does not know. But nevertheless, I was just thinking about that Junaid Khan is a very experienced bowler in English conditions, as he has played a lot of English a lot of games for this English county side. Well, dear fans, friends, subscribers, that only gives me time here. So tomorrow's match coming up is Australia-Bangladesh. All that I have to say about Australia-Bangladesh is only one thing. I think Bangladesh should include the very class all-rounder Mehdi and Miraz in the mix, which they missed out last time. But one is hoping that he plays against Australia, as Australia are a very good quality side, and Bangladesh have to, if at all, Bangladesh have to do something about it. I think Mehdi and Miraz should be one who should definitely be a part of the team tomorrow against Australia. And just on a very quick note here, just before I go, that Afghanistan have lost the second T20 match against the West Indies by the Duckworth-Lewis method of 29 runs. West Indies winning the match, and there's one more to go, which is a mere formality where Afghanistan can salvage some prestige, as West Indies are leading 2-0 and they've already taken up the T20 series. West Indies had Chadwick Walton slamming an aggressive 29, Evan Lewis the opener making 25. Afghanistan, West Indies being 112 for 3 of the 15 overs, and Afghanistan rolled out for 93. Kesrick Williams was man of the match, 3 for 11, Brathwaite 2 for 26, and it was all over, so Afghanistan losing it. And just before I go, one last thing, Stephen Finn is the man who would be replacing Chris Woakes for England in the ICC Champions Trophy. That really puts a lid on this cricket show for today, and it's about time for me to sign off on this show by telling you that I will be meeting you all, dear friends and subscribers, tomorrow. Until then, it's goodbye.